What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the Always Chillin podcast. Skinny D and the Sandman here in the barbershop once again. This is your first time here. What's up? Glad you're here. Check out the video. Check out all our other stuff, too. We got, what is this, episode 20?
20.
This is episode 20.
20.
So you got 19 episodes to catch up on. If this is your 20th time seeing us, what's up? Good to see you again. Do you guys have a favorite dog? We had to take one of our dogs to the vet this week, and I don't remember if we've talked about this or not. But do you guys, of your three, do you guys have a favorite?
I do. I know I do. I would probably say Bohannon.
Was he your first one?
Yeah, he was the first one.
Okay, see.
That's just my guy, man. That's my guy, man.
Right.
He knows when shit ain't right with me. He knows. He won't eat until I eat.
Really?
Yeah, man. That's my guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
You think Janet has a different one, though?
Yeah.
Who do you think is hers?
Probably Ice Cube.
Really?
Yeah, just because he's a little more timid. Just to tell the story, we got all three pugs from the same guy, Caesar's Kennel, somewhere down in Kansas, right? But anyway, Bohannon had such a personality. We were like, let's go get another one. So we went and got Ice Cube, and we brought him home. You know, first couple days it was cool, but like the third and fourth day, he was like timid, like really timid. Like when he would come around and Bohannon would come around, he would leave. So we're like, hey, man, was something the matter with him? Is there something we needed to know? He was like, no. He was actually supposed to be a show dog, but he had a little speck of white on him, right? So I'm like, well, we didn't find...
What a piece of shit
yeah,
for having that.
Yeah,
that speck of white, get that fucking dog out of here, man.
Really?
Nobody wants this dog.
I'm like, that's foul. But anyway, he was like, no, nothing's wrong with him. He's A1.
He's cool.
I'm like,
you were worried he had some kind of like...
Yeah. So he's like, oh,
thing?
No. Your other dog is punking him. I was like, seriously? He said, yeah. He's basically telling him, these are my humans. Stay the fuck away.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Damn.
we
what,
had a...
What did you do? Just start cuddling?
Start
cuddling him in front?
Just giving him extra love, man. But that started making him beat him up more. so that's when we went and got the third one. I'd probably say Jenna is a toss between Rakim and Ice Cube.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a pretty clear favorite. It's Baby, the big Chihuahua. You've never seen him.
I've seen a couple pictures.
Yeah, you've seen pictures for sure. But the big Chihuahua, we took her to the vet the other day. She weighs 19.4 pounds, man. Yeah, she's dense.
She's big for a Chihuahua.
She's a unit, man. She's a unit. But she doesn't look like a Chihuahua. She looks like a wiener dog mixed with a pit bull. She's wild. But supposedly she's full blood Chihuahua, purebred type shit.
Really?
But we have one of her litter mates too, Coco. And she looks like a regular Chihuahua. She's tiny. She's like 9 pounds or whatever.
Yeah, happens like that.
Yeah, but baby, she's 19.4 pounds. But anyway,
quarantine dog.
We a while ago, Coco must have got bit by a bug or something, and her face was swollen up like 4 times as big. Like her eyes were swollen shut, And we're looking at her, we're like, man, does she really need to go to the vet though? The only option was like the emergency vet. It's like $300 a visit, no matter what. So her face is all swollen, and we don't know what to do. It was like right after I got out of the Marine Corps, even. So I'm like, fuck, this is a new problem. And we're like, whatever, she'll probably be fine. And it starts going down on its own, and she's cool. But we took Baby to the vet on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday before the game. We took her to the vet. Let me tell you why we took her to the vet, man. Her nose is a little dry. Her nose is a little dry, so we took her to the vet to see what we can do about it. The other one, her face was swollen 5 times too big, and we were like, she'll be okay. But Baby's nose is like, baby's nose is a little bit dry.
We'll take her.
We'll take her to the vet.
We better do it this time.
Yeah. So we have a pretty clear favorite, man. And we're always talking about like, man, I'm gonna be so sad when Baby dies. And the other 2 dogs are looking at us like, what the fuck? Like, what about me, man?
Yeah, that's the thing about my dog, man. Like, Rakim, like, he's very vocal, as you heard. The dude, like, as you're talking to him, he moves his mouth like.
Yeah.
He's going to say something one day, dog. I promise you.
He's going to talk.
The dude's going to talk.
He's going to talk. He's going to say, nobody's going to fucking believe you when you try to tell them.
Leave.
Have you seen that new Planet of the Apes with James Franco? When the monkey goes, no.
Yeah.
That shit was creepy,
that freaked
man.
me the fuck out, man.
Yeah, I thought that was a little scary.
No. I'm like, whoa.
Do you watch horror movies ever? I can't.
Nah, man.
I can't do them. One of them, the Conjuring, the first one, it made me scream. I screamed out loud. I was like, I could never watch this movie again. So that one's on my blacklist. Can never watch The Conjuring.
13 Ghosts. You don't remember 13 Ghosts?
No, I've never seen. Dude, I don't watch them.
I dreamt about the Juggernaut for probably 6 months, man.
Shit, I have no idea. I don't know what that is.
The type of 13 Ghosts, the Juggernaut,
All right,
man.
I'll look him up.
That shit. 13 Ghosts. If it's over 20 years old.
I'll look him up. This is gonna make our audio is still doing that shit.
Yeah, it's probably over 20 years old. Yeah, but fucking
Googling stuff
out,
seems
man.
to make it worse. But
Poltergeist. That movie fucked me up. I think we talked about that before.
The Juggernaut. 13 Ghosts Wiki. There's a lot of people like this movie. I guess. They got fan websites.
It probably turned into a cult classic. I mean, it's all about everything.
Yeah, I don't watch them.
Yeah, I don't watch that shit.
No, I just don't like it. And same reason I don't go to like haunted houses and stuff. I don't think it's that fun. How am I gonna pay somebody $50
to try and scare the shit out of me?
Oh yeah, he looks pretty scary.
Yeah, man. That's Juggernaut, man.
Damn.
And his power was to just come in the room and grab you and just slam you against the wall until your body breaks up. That was it, bro. That was all he did.
Hey, cool. I don't even know. They might not even be able to hear anything we were talking about. The audio was going fucking crazy while I was Googling that.
Going that crazy?
Yeah. So we'll see if you guys can even understand any of that. But yeah, I don't watch horror movies. Every once in a while I'll get like a wild hair up my ass and I'll be like, hey, you wanna watch a horror movie? My wife will be like, yeah. And then we'll make the popcorn or whatever. We'll sit down and then we'll start scrolling Netflix and we'll be like, you want to watch Ace Ventura instead?
Yeah, and especially the way they're doing them now. Like, I don't know if there were 80s and 90s horror movies were fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. But, with the CGI and how they can make everything look real.
Yeah,
it looks really
it looks really
But
real.
we had The Exorcist, Poltergeist, and there was another one, Amityville Horror. These were all true. All true. I think Poltergeist was based off of a true story, but the Amityville Horror and The Exorcist, those were true stories, and they made movies about them.
Yeah, were they true or were they just inspired by? Because the word inspired by, I think they can take a lot of liberties with that. There
loosely based,
like there was a girl named Elizabeth one time, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't do all that, but she was a real person.
She was a real person. Yeah. But that's what they say. They say those were true.
Yeah, who knows? I'm still. Did I tell you I freaked myself out in here the other day when you left your headphones at home? You had to go get them.
Yeah.
We had all the stuff set up, and I was sitting here, and I was like, I was just thinking, I was like, man, it'd be fucking creepy if I could hear something, because I was sitting here with my headphones on,
right,
so I could hear the mics. And I was like, I was like, hey, if anybody wants to say something to me right now, and then I'm like, fuck, why'd I say that? I'm like, why is too scary? What if they take me up on it, dog? Yeah, so the whole time you were gone, I was sitting here like, god damn it.
It gets creepy in here when you're by yourself.
Yeah, I didn't want to listen, but I couldn't stop listening. I couldn't stop listening.
And I think I just said this yesterday. Out of 140 years of history.
Yeah, I mean, if being haunted is a real thing,
it's a high possibility.
This would certainly be a candidate.
It's a high possibility. 140 years, 10 years is a long time, but 140 years that this building has been standing. I mean, there's at least been a baby born in here.
Yeah,
at least.
For sure. Yeah.
If not a life taken, there's at least been some life given in here. I don't know. I mean, like I said, in the basement, it's literally 1880 still down there, bro. Mm. I mean, the colors. I think the colors they're a bit faded. They look like oranges, pinks, and yellows, but they're all still down there. The shelving where they would store their meat and all that shit's still down there, bro. And there's a you probably don't remember these. There's these old 3-legged washers.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
And they have these,
no idea.
These washboards in them, and you can just kind of, and you ring it through. Man, it's old. It's still down there. Mm. Yeah, and it's sitting in front of this doorway, and I'm like, leave that fucking thing alone, man.
Don't touch that.
Leave that shit alone, man. Leave that shit alone.
I'm going to change this song. This shit's weird while we're talking about this.
You know what I'm saying? I was wondering where you was going with that, man. I'm like, did you do that or what?
It was some weird piano. No, that's part of the album, dog. That's actually the one that's called Slave Ship. Yeah, so
that was fucking with me.
yeah, that was weird.
I'm gonna keep it real.
that was probably the scariest thing we could have possibly been listening to while we talked about that. But yeah, so took the dog to the vet this weekend. Went to the game this weekend. I'm actually pretty proud I didn't get sunburnt.
Man, you stayed the whole game?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I lathered up in sunscreen, dude.
No.
I've been getting ever since I was like 10. I get like one horrible sunburn a year.
One for the summer.
You know, but
North
that's
South
just,
State. Which side of the stadium?
I think we're in East. We're up in the new part. Yeah, so I think we're on the East.
But that fucking sun was beaming all day though.
Yeah, all day, just beating on us. It wasn't that bad. There's a nice breeze up there.
Yeah, that's
so
what I said. There's always a nice breeze that cuts through Memorial Stadium. The way they built that, I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it always cuts through there like that.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a lot worse, but I'm just glad I didn't get sunburned. Because I'm talking like when I was a kid, I'd get like one debilitating sunburn. Like I can't do shit. It'd always be on my back. I'd have to just lay on the ground on my stomach for like a week. have people rubbing aloe on me.
Never had the pleasure.
Yeah. I've never had the opportunity to ask. And when I was in the Marine Corps, I never thought about asking any of the black dudes. You just don't have to worry about it?
No.
Or what?
No,
like at all? You
no.
don't even...
It's all to do with our melanin, you know, and I kind of knew this and then kind of like learning even more about it in barber school. Believe it or not, in barber school, melanin, we do get darker in the sun. That is true. But we don't stay darker. If that was the case, I would be 10 times darker than what I was when I was born. But our melanin protects us from burning. So when we go in the house 2, 3, 4 hours later, we go back to our original color.
Damn.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Our melanin in our skin protects us from burning.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it at all. You've never even
burned.
Experienced what a sunburn is like.
Never burned.
Man.
Never.
Damn.
No.
That's crazy. Dude.
Been hot in a motherfucker, but never burned.
That's crazy. Yeah, you probably do get hotter.
When I worked construction, I actually wore long sleeves. I prefer long sleeve during the summer.
Really?
Yeah. Just for more protection.
Interesting. So I saw one of the times I posted on the Instagram asking, what should we talk about? This normally wouldn't be a can of worms that I think we would open, but somebody specifically asked, so I think we'll get there. And I saw you comment something about it on Facebook.
Okay.
The other day. Somebody wanted to know what we think about religion. And
Okay.
when I say somebody, it was probably my wife. When I put those out, she gives us like 8 answers. So probably my wife wanted us to talk about religion a little bit. Yeah, like I said, I don't think this is normally one we would touch, but the people want to know.
Okay.
The people want to know, and I saw you say something about it, something about not being a fan on Facebook. I think we're going to be on the same page.
I'm not a fan of religion at all. It's all evil.
Yeah, not to say I don't have a problem with being religious. I don't have a problem with spirituality. I have a problem with the establishment.
Not at all.
The institution, the buildings for it.
Not at all. It's not even that deep. Yeah.
Right.
It's just
not with the idea. Totally fine with that.
Totally fine with all that, but just not with the whole idea of religion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to start. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm not knowledgeable. I am knowledgeable, and I've studied, different religions in prison. You know what I mean? I've studied Aryans, I've studied Vikings, all of that, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when it all boiled down to nothing, man, it all said the same bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all the same bullshit.
It's all pretty similar.
It's all pretty similar. Like, were y'all was in class copying off of people's shit.
Well, yeah, the Torah and the Bible and the Quran they're all parts of the same book.
Come on, man.
They take pieces out of
and
then
in the end it's all dictative.
Yeah.
I can't do this, but you can do that.
Right.
If I'm Muslim and I want to go worship in a Catholic house, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm Catholic, I can't go to a Baptist. Or if I'm Baptist, and it's like gangbanging.
But yeah, and you would think if God was going to be cool with anything, he'd be cool with you praying in a different church.
You dig? I mean, he would definitely encourage that. I mean, and my whole thing is, just reading that Bible. I read it the first time and I was like, what? So I went and got a Bible dictionary, and then I was still like, so I started trying to live my life, you know what I mean? And then not throwing scripture out at people to hold it against them, but to have that fellowship oh, you can't take that so literal. But it's right here, though, right? But now I can't take it so literal, or I can't use it for, so I was just, then the whole story, it's been jumbled, and it's just, like I said, it's all dictative. It's all dictative.
Yeah, it's just a weird vibe.
Really
to me
weird vibe.
In churches. We were never really super religious. My mom, I think it was mostly my mom would have us go to church when we were kids. Sometimes I remember going to Sunday school and stuff a few times, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I was never that into it. I don't think mom was ever that into it. I think she felt like it was something you're just supposed to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is a problem. The fact that church makes people feel like guilty for not being there.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
That's another thing.
That's a problem for me.
And that was probably
like, what does it matter if we'll just use Jesus as an example, like if I want to have a relationship with Jesus, why does it matter if I have it at home or if I have it at your place?
Because the word church ain't in the Bible, not once. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't supposed to take it so literal. Then there's that. You know what I mean? The word church ain't in the Bible. The word Christian ain't in the Bible. The word Muslim ain't in the Bible. None of this ish that we're expected to live by today. None of that is in.
Right. Well, the whole reason churches even exist is because not everybody could read. Back in the day, there was one dude that could read, so he read the Bible to everybody. But we don't need that anymore, man. You can Google it. You can have the Bible read to you in Google now.
Kindle.
Yeah. So like I said, not a problem with religion, but my problem's mostly with churches, places of worship that kind of.
Why are they exempt?
And it feels like they kind of like grift you into coming. They gotta, like they're like sweet talking you to get you in the door, and it's like, why do you want me to be there so bad?
Damn good word.
Yeah, like
damn good word.
Like, what do you want from me? Like, nobody's trying to get you to come into a building unless they're getting something from you.
Yeah, unless they want something from you.
Yeah.
Well, we were going. I won't say what church, but we were going to church, and we own our business, but we've owned our business for years now. We don't walk in and say, "Hey, we're business owners." You know what I mean? Sometimes we won't even say anything. Mm-hmm. But once they found out, bro, that's when it got really scary. And that's the God's honest truth. That's when it got scary, when they found out, what we did for a living. That's when it really, and we did a cut-a-thon, and we thought, it was just going to be for the church, and then it was they used us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then that's why they got us in the building. And then,
yep.
Yeah, so
they got something from
they got something from us, and I was like, this.
And it's like when they feel their grip slipping, they pursue you really aggressively.
Yeah, they started sending us letters to the shop. They started calling us.
The pastor from the church we went to was still sending me birthday cards until I was like 18 or something, like years later, which like on the surface, like, and maybe that's what it was. Like, yeah, that's nice to do.
Okay.
Maybe that means he cares, or maybe it means he's trying to make my mom feel like she should feel bad about not being in church,
And then there's
like he's thinking about my kids. Maybe I should be thinking about church.
And then there's that.
So I don't know. Like, he seemed like a nice person. I'm sure there was not like any ill intent in it, but it's like, is the intention really to wish me a happy birthday? Is there the intention to make us think about coming back to church? It's kind of it's like a sales technique. Like we would
exactly.
When I was working in marketing, they would do the same thing. They would send birthday cards to clients that hadn't been in for a while, and all it does is make them think of coming back. And I mean, if the church is using like sales tactics.
What's up?
Like, what are they selling me?
What's up?
My
whole thing is, and I figured it out, and I think we kind of mentioned it last show or maybe the show, but good humanity. Mm-hmm. We all know how to be fucking good. Just be good.
Yeah, I really don't need somebody to tell me.
I don't need somebody to tell me
not to murder somebody.
Not to murder, not to steal, not to kill, not to help my neighbor. I do all that.
Yeah.
I do all that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So we all have that ability. To be good humans.
Yeah, and there's this weird hive mind in churches that I don't like. Like, they pass the collection plate around, and then everybody else puts money in, so then it's your turn, and they like
everybody's staring at you.
They just look at you.
Oh,
and it's like, are you one of the worker bees or not?
What's up, man?
I don't know. It just feels really weird.
Well,
it just feels really like what's that guy's name? Is it John Jones?
We did a paper route years ago. We talked about it, right? Yeah. And we delivered to. I don't know what that big building is. It's like on 70th and Old Cheney, real huge church. Well, anyway.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Bereen, I think.
Yeah, I think something like that. Well, it was like on the end of our route, so daybreak would start. It was kind of the beginning of church.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they had armed security guards.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's really weird, right?
2,000 people in this church every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even if you get $1,
yeah,
that's 2 racks. Right? That's
and
crazy.
who's getting that money?
Well, let me finish the story.
Yeah, what is the church using that money for?
I think it was the next morning or maybe the morning after that, we were doing our paper route, and they had 70th Street blocked off. So we had to go all the way back around to Highway 2, and come to find out, somebody robbed the church that morning.
Oh, yeah.
Got away with $100,000.
Hey, I mean, if you're gonna steal from somebody,
so I'm like, what are y'all doing with $100,000, man?
Yeah, I mean, not to say it's good to steal from churches,
but
there's money in there,
good
man.
idea.
Like that's that's a safe bet that you're gonna get some fucking money.
Good idea,
especially a Catholic church. But yeah, there's just all that weird group
what y'all doing with
and it's like,
$100,000?
it just seems like the most like gossipy, petty, judgmental people.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's
are like
we were like the how can I say this, like the medium age group. I'm in my late 40s, Jen is in her early 50s. Other than that, it was a lot of the students, and then a lot of the elders. Not many in our age group, right? Few couples. Well, come to find out, this guy was telling us who was having an affair and who wasn't, and I'm like, I don't need to know none of this.
Yeah.
Why are you telling us this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the guy that he tells me that he's having an affair with calls me. He's a deacon. I don't think I told you this story yet.
I don't think so.
Bro, they wanted me to be a deacon.
All right.
Me.
Hey, cool.
Not asking me
Yeah, you said
where I'm from.
You said hell yeah.
Where I've been, who I am. Didn't ask me nothing. Didn't vet me or nothing. They just want me up here being a deacon.
Yeah.
So
what does the deacon do?
What's
the deal?
Idea.
Yeah, I don't know this. I don't know the structure.
What's the difference between a pastor and a preacher?
I don't know. I think is
bishop,
pastor the Catholic one?
What's the difference between a bishop and
our pastor's the one that you're supposed to call father? Or
they are.
That's
in the
weird.
black community, they are preachers.
Yeah, I think preachers are like Protestant. Maybe is preacher
Baptist?
Protestant?
I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. I know the Pope's supposed to be in charge.
He's the dog. He's the top dog. That's it. He's the man. But yeah, they wanted me to be a deacon, and this particular church was in my old neighborhood. Like the neighborhood I grew up in. There was people in the church, you know what I mean? And the first thing I'm thinking is somebody's gonna walk in here. They're gonna see me standing
wearing
up
like the robes and stuff.
They're gonna be like that motherfucker right there. He ain't no deacon, man. So I was like, that's the straw that broke the camel's back, man. I was like, man, we gotta get the fuck out of here. They want me to be a deacon, man. All it's gonna take is somebody to come in here and recognize me. That's what I knew. This shit ain't real.
Yeah.
This shit ain't real. It's all fucking show. It's all for title. What was the title? Minister of music, minister of youth, minister of this, minister. I'm like, it's all about titles in here.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. Not doing any real work. Not actually getting out here in the streets with these meals and blankets and whatever you're supposed to be doing with this money that we putting in this bowl.
And a lot of places do that.
They do. But the majority,
I think
hear
they're in the minority.
We know they don't. But yeah, that's my whole take on it. I know how to do everything that they talk about in there by myself. I can have church at home. I can have church in my car. I can have church while I'm taking a shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think too. And it just seems like church is too much about impressing somebody. Like you wear your nicest clothes. And, like on movies and TV shows and stuff, the grandma's always worried about like, oh, what are the people at church going to think? And it's like, who am I trying to impress when I'm there?
I got one for you and
God, I guess. Like,
I got one for you and the wife to watch. Greenleaf.
Greenleaf. I've never heard of it.
Watch Greenleaf, and I'm going to remind you tonight. And
okay.
Bro, it's going to blow your mind.
Is that a show or a movie?
Yeah, it's a show about church, exactly what we're talking about. And you're going to be like,
yeah, it's just like,
holy shit. It's going to your spectrum, It's gonna piss you off a lot.
Yeah, it's just like, well, who am I going to church to impress? Why do I care?
It's gonna piss you off a lot.
Like, what are the people at church gonna think if I wear jeans? Like, who gives a fuck?
Who
Like,
gives a shit?
Jesus doesn't care. I wouldn't think Jesus would care if I wear jeans.
Let's take this outside. You know what I mean? Let's do church outside.
And if Jesus does care if you wear jeans, apparently all you have to do is say sorry about it, and you're all good.
Right.
That's what I don't.
Right.
So, wear jeans to church if you want to, I guess.
Wear flip-flops, jeans, and a Hawaiian silk shirt.
Is the point of what I'm saying.
And let your hair down.
Hey.
And praise him.
Hey.
The best way you know how.
Yeah, and you can do that anywhere.
Anywhere.
You can do that on the beach.
Everywhere.
Yeah, man.
I do it everywhere.
So, yeah, I was pretty sure from their comments and stuff I've seen on Facebook, I was pretty sure we were gonna be on the same.
Yeah, man.
On the same page.
I ain't with it. I ain't with it. I love my fellow man. I love my fellow woman, black, white, green, yellow, gay, straight, short, chubby, whatever. I love y'all. Everybody. That's it. Love me.
Hey, that seems pretty close to what God would be.
That's it.
About.
That's it. Call me Black Jesus.
Like,
Call me Black Jesus.
It seems pretty simple to me, but it's a complicated thing, that religion, man. Even like there's like factions within there's like Islam. There's they have reasons to fight each other for some reason. Christians have reasons to fight. There's Protestants and Catholics and Irish Catholics and Eastern Orthodox Catholics. Like, there's so many different kinds. I don't even know what any of that
Catholic
shit.
Russians, German Russians.
Right. I don't even know what any of that shit
You
means. There's a whole different. There's like a ton of different like clans of Jews, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I don't know.
It's gangbanging, man.
People just look for reasons to fight.
It's all gangbanging.
Yeah,
and I'm
like,
man, y'all came down on the Bloods and Crips in the 90s and exterminated neighborhoods, but y'all took over the mentality.
Yeah, you're repping a slightly different version of the Bible than I am. Like, I do the King James version.
Wow.
And you don't.
You don't. So
Yeah, like,
I'm like, wow, okay,
yeah,
whatever.
People take that shit real serious.
Yeah, I didn't want nothing to do with it, man.
No,
didn't want nothing to do with it. And my mom didn't make us go to church. My dad didn't make us go to church.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should make anybody go to church,
We wasn't a church family at all.
Yeah, like if you want to go to church, cool. Like when I have kids, I don't know what an appropriate age for them to make that choice is, but if they ever say to me, "Hey, I want to go to church," I'll take them.
Yeah, I'll definitely
I'll take them to whichever one they want to go to.
Definitely take you, because if one thing for sure is for me is damn show interesting.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like,
with my perspective, man, it's damn show interesting.
Try them all out, man.
Try them all out.
I'll take you to every single one you want to go to.
Try them all
cool
out
with me. I'm not gonna. Like, I don't know. Religion just seems like a weird thing to force,
It is.
And then I don't want to generalize. Obviously, there's lots of good people who love religion a lot, but it's like, I don't know. When you start forcing your kids into a certain viewpoint, it seems like you're also pretty likely to force your kids into some other viewpoints as well. You know what I'm saying?
Especially
if you're picking up what I'm putting down. There's certain viewpoints.
Especially because kids they're not getting dumber. They're not dumb.
No.
They may know more than what you're trying to force.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially nowadays. I mean, the story of Jesus. I mean, that's where it's been jumbled, and
yeah,
this language ain't been spoken for this long, and it's like, who's telling the truth here?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the preacher when he goes to the stand and he sticks his finger and he goes to what he wants to read. You ain't giving me.
Yeah.
You ain't giving me the real. You know what I mean? I think we never gonna get it. We're never gonna get it. It's just,
well, nobody knows what the real is.
Nobody knows what the real is.
Nobody knows.
And that's my problem.
Yeah.
I'm a realist. I'm a truth trafficker. I'm a truth seeker.
Right.
And if it's, I guess I'm at a brick wall with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just some stuff you don't know, man. Some stuff nobody knows. There's a lot of people that'll try to sell you the answer too. But
and there we are with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't buying.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't buying.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of what church is. Trying to make people feel bad. I don't know. It's just like a lot of guilt, I think, comes from church. Like,
and then the whole thing is, and I ain't blaming no certain one, but man, all these scandals and shit that's coming out.
mm-hmm.
Churches money missing. pedophilia, having affairs in the church, rape, having illegitimate kids. It's the fucking preacher. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to listen to you, homeboy?
Well, and preachers have always been up to bad shit.
Come on. That's
like
in the black
like
community, his name is Rev Do Dirty or Rev Do Wrong.
Yeah, like since the beginning, you know,
Since
like
the beginning.
missionaries going into Mexico and converting people. They weren't being nice about
Trying
it.
to
You know,
take
they were
kids,
doing,
bringing kids out of there.
yeah,
and
they
shit.
were doing bad stuff. There's never really been. I don't think there's ever really been a point in history where religion wasn't making people fight.
You know what I'm saying?
Like the second two people sprung up and they were like, "You're different than me." Like that was it.
You're short. I'm tall.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
yeah.
We fighting.
We're fighting now.
Yeah.
It's on site.
I'm gonna just go ahead and open the floodgate and say what the fuck I really want to say. Every time you turn on the TV, it's one of them motherfuckers with their hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
And we supposed to listen to y'all. I ain't with it. Just what was the what was it, a couple years ago when they had the hurricane down there, and what was it, old boy had the big ass church down there and didn't let nobody come in.
Yeah.
You need your fucking ass whooped, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well,
you need
feel
your
like
head busted.
I feel like his first name's Joel.
Joel, yeah,
Joel
that
something.
motherfucker. Yeah, you need your ass whooped, man. Come on, you got a church, you got a stadium,
Yeah.
and nobody can get in
literally
there.
a stadium.
Yeah, that's the shit, man. And people still go.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, man? Y'all should have whooped that dude ass,
See,
got
and
him up out of there.
That's the other problem I have is it's making people rich. People are getting rich. Not even
Churches are exempt. Their taxes, why?
not even
fucking
not
why?
even just living comfortably. Like I'm fine with people living comfortably, obviously, but people are like getting mansions, buying Lamborghinis and shit off.
Private planes.
Yeah. Off,
What was the black dude preacher, Creflo Dollar? This dude, one of the G5. What is it? A G5, G6? What is that? A $10 million fucking airplane?
something like that.
Come what?
Yeah.
What? And he
'Cause-
said
'cause
it's
people-
to do God's work.
Yeah, because people want God to love. People think if I give him $50, then I have a better chance of getting in heaven or something. I
A
guess.
G5, man?
Yeah.
Come on, man. To do God's work. Get the fuck out. Cause you got them kids up there and them women up there you fucking around with. That's the shit that pisses me off about these motherfuckers, man. They some dirty motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then get back up on the pulpit and say sorry. That's another. I ain't never said sorry in my fucking life because I meant what the fuck I did when I did it. You know what I mean? Went through what I went through, but
Yeah. I don't need help reading the Bible.
I don't need none of that.
I can interpret it however I want to, which I think is what you're supposed to do anyway. I don't think you're supposed to let somebody tell you what the Bible says.
Well, that's the thing about when I first read, like I said, the first time I read it, I fucked up. I tried to read it like a book, when really, it's a book of books.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a book of books.
Yeah, it's a compilation of
Right. There we
of
go.
a bunch of different stories.
Okay, but
Yeah.
the way it's fed to us, it's like in book story form. You know, like a fairy tale. You know, like we're supposed to believe in this fairy tale. But when we ask him how Jesus walked across water, we ain't supposed to take it so literal. Shit, I want to do it. I'm in his form, I'm in his image and all that, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck do I walk across water? But I ain't supposed to take that so literal. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely good lessons in there, man. There's definitely.
Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah, I learned about kind of the beginning of religion in school. We had to take kind of it was like an ethics class thing.
Did you go to a private school in elementary?
No,
Oh,
no, I'm
no?
sorry, I don't. When I was at Doane.
Oh, okay.
In college.
Okay.
Yeah, so Doane is a private college. I guess it's a Christian school.
Yeah, it is.
So we had to take an ethics class, but they talked about the beginning of religion. And it was kind of like that was the easiest way to make laws, you know? Like you shouldn't kill people, you shouldn't steal things. They would write it down as stories about if you kill somebody, this could happen, you know, you'll be punished in this way. And that was their way of like setting the.
So not necessarily a true story, just
to say, this is an example of some shit you shouldn't be doing. And if you do, then, you know, God will smite you or whatever. So it's kind of like, because they didn't set out like, there wasn't like a book of state statutes they could read, like state statute 77 dash whatever makes this illegal. But they would have, you know, it was kind of like a guiding, because there weren't laws, but it was kind of like a guiding, like just a moral compass thing, you know, like I'm thinking about stealing this, but then they remember this story about, you know, somebody stealing something and God struck them down or whatever. And then they go, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that because I don't want to get struck down.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
Very interesting.
yeah, some people think that's kind of where like the Bible and stuff like that came from. It's kind of a collection of those stories.
Makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, and then some of the stuff like
I need to go take that class.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, I've never been super religious, so I don't know the rules. But some of the stuff about like, oh, we're only allowed to have this kind of meat, or we're not supposed to have this meat on Friday, stuff like that. Some of that stuff came from like maybe a bunch of people are eating the fish and they're getting sick. So the easiest thing to do is for the preacher to get up in front of everybody and say, "Hey, God said don't eat fish," and then they stop eating fish and they stop getting sick.
Twisting the story.
Right. It's just a lot easier to say, "Hey, God said don't do that no more," and then people say, "Oh, okay." Like back in the day, back in year 1 AD, people are like, "Oh, okay, the Sky Man said don't do that anymore," so that's good enough for them. They don't
twisting it along the way,
Mm-hmm.
and here
yeah,
we are.
like Lent, and like a lot of people give up red meat. Some people think it's because red meat was making people sick for a while. So the church decided that people had to give up red meat as like
and that's the thing. Like,
as
why
like
for a day? Why for a fucking day? What's that gonna? You know what I mean?
well,
What's
it's like
that
a
gonna
month. I
help?
think Lent's like a month, isn't it?
Is it
30 days?
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I think Lent's a month. So
Okay.
back in the day, at some point, they gave up eating meat for a month because the shit was making them sick, and then that turned into Lent. Which
So
is,
give up meat and eat fish for the day.
Yeah, for 30 days.
For 30 days. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought it was a day.
Yeah, and
See,
then,
that's how much I know.
And then I guess maybe that was long enough for them to whatever was in the meat to stop making them sick. But then that turned into like making a sacrifice for God to prove. I think Lent is about, and correct me if I'm wrong, somebody obviously, but my understanding is that Lent is about like sacrificing something that you like,
Right.
to prove that you're devoted to God or whatever.
Right.
So a lot of people choose red meat.
Right.
But back in the day, the preacher just said, "Hey, don't eat red meat for 30 days because the shit was making people sick."
Well, this is where the shit gets crazy. I stated before we wasn't a real big church family, but my mom's side of the family were 7-Day Adventists. So when we did, it was a 7-Day Adventist church. And up until a few years ago, we were still going to the 7-Day Adventist church. And that's on the Sabbath, which is Saturday.
Right.
Right. And what you just laid down with the Lent and all that, the 7-Day Adventists are they're vegan. It's a vegan religion. They do not eat meat. The majority of 7-Day Adventists are going to be vegetarians or vegans.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So then, but this is a man-made religion.
Yeah.
And most of them are. So
Yeah, I
there's that
guess they all
dictative,
are.
there's that dictative shit, don't wear makeup, but the preacher's wife's up here dolled up. It's
Yeah, a lot of them have rules, and it's like,
Yeah.
why that?
Why that?
Why do you care about that?
that's a woman's essence right there. Being able to make herself up. I mean, what the fuck? Yeah, there's just so much weird shit, man. Like I said, I could go on and 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 on about how evil religion is. To me.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, relationship with God or whatever you think God is, I'm about it. I love it.
About it.
I have that, but I don't necessarily enjoy the idea of being at a church and having somebody tell me what I should feel about certain things.
Nah.
And then there's the religion is associated with politics too, and it's just like I don't know. I see how it can get messy. I see how it can get kind of intertwined. Your religious view is how you feel like you should be living your life. So, religion should maybe play a part in how you do things, and that's fine if religion plays a part in how you do things.
Okay.
But
I agree.
But your religion shouldn't be a reason for you to tell me why I can and can't.
I agree.
And can't do certain things.
Yeah,
Like it's fine if you say I have a religious problem with X. So okay, so you don't do it then. Problem solved. You have a religious problem with, booze, for example. Then just you don't drink booze. Okay.
In prison, there was a guy. True story. It was an article. I can't remember what year it was, but his name was Schmitty. He would take 10 steps, kneel down, yelled some shit to the sky, get up, walk. I mean, the guy's knees were shredded, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad. It was like you were worried for the guy that you could damn near see his kneecaps. Well, the goon squad comes down on the yard, runs down on him, takes him up turnkey. He sits in the hole. Well, this dude wasn't no dummy. You know what I mean? Filed suit for religious freedom.
Yeah.
They had to give it to him.
Sure.
So they had to give him a spot a place to pray to the flying red meatball.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
you know,
See,
me,
and
if that keeps you out of trouble,
Yeah,
if that
I'm
keeps you
totally
from
fine.
shanking somebody, if that keeps you from trying to hurt yourself,
absolutely, totally fine with that.
do your thing.
Completely fine
if
with
Dr.
that.
Seuss works for you, do your thing.
When someone tells me, "Oh, hey, there's a new law that you have to cut a hole in your roof and you have to pray to the red meatball," that's when I have a problem.
That's when
with
I
it.
got a problem.
You can live your you can live your life however you want to. Just give everybody else the same
That's when
the
I got a
same
problem.
courtesy. You know, like if you have a problem with, we're not gonna get anything too deep, obviously, but I mean, you got a problem with an abortion, don't get one. Nobody's saying you have to get one.
Period.
Just don't get one.
Period. But speaking on that, I also do not think any man in the world should have an opinion on a woman's body. Just to let everybody know.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That
yeah,
blows me a fucking way.
Yeah, I'm there too. Like,
What do we have to what do we have to say about that?
I mean, it literally has nothing to do with me at all. Like, no abortion law, no Planned Parenthood law probably will.
No
ever,
man should be
will
on any
ever-
panel that has anything to do with
Yeah,
that.
none of that will ever affect me. No birth control drug is ever gonna affect me.
That's just there's some heavy shit going on around here, man. From religion to politics,
Yeah.
which is
Well, and it's all snaked in together. 'Cause-
damn good word, man. You hit me
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
words, man.
'cause-
That's just some snake shit.
yeah, it's all intertwined, man.
Bunch of fucking liars.
And that's where stuff gets messy. You know, there's no problem with religion, but when it starts getting involved in other things, is when stuff gets a little messy, man.
Gets a little messy.
And people are very passionate about it. So there's, people will go out and protest. People will fight you about what you think. You know,
willing to lose relationships over it.
Mhm,
Something I'm just not.
Yeah,
I just-
people take it really, really seriously. So
I don't get into it that deep. And
And
I put it like this, out of all the shit that I've been through in my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sweet and the sour, ain't no politician ever fucking had anything to do with what I wanted to do.
yeah, and it's fine to take stuff like that super seriously too. Like, there's not a problem with that at all. Just you understand that not everybody takes it as seriously as
I
you
don't
do.
take
you
none
know?
of that
Like,
shit serious. They ain't speaking my language, and they're not talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't talking about nobody I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't fuck with that bullshit.
Yeah.
All a bunch of fucking pedophiles, fucking lawbreakers, liars. How could you vote for something like that? And this is my thing. When people said, how can I say, what would they say? It's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah. Why does
Like,
it?
ain't
Why does
evil
it have to
fucking
be?
evil?
Yeah. Why does it have to be that? That's
I'm-
why. That's why I don't usually vote, because it's like I don't like either one.
What
of
is
you.
I don't like neither one of you. So you telling me you got two serial killers.
Yeah, but one of them is not as bad.
One just likes to slash his victims, and one likes to stab them. So you mean the dude that slashes is cooler than the dude that stabs? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. We need to get rid of both of these motherfuckers. They killing motherfuckers, man. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit blows my mind, man. Well, if you don't vote for him, that vote will go for him. I ain't voting for how the fuck they gonna take my shit and give it to somebody else? Shut the fuck up with that shit, man. That shit blows my mind, man. The way people and they take it so serious.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like the number one reason anybody votes for anybody, like
And then-
because he's not that guy.
Because he's not that, you idiot. And then here's my number one question, like for black people especially, when Obama was in office, and I'm like, what in your fucking life got better? What in your life got better? I mean, other than what I'm doing for myself, this motherfucker ain't had nothing to do with shit. I mean, I understand the pride and whatever,
Yeah.
but I ain't even get into the first black president thing. I mean, because in all reality, the brother's half white too.
Well,
I
yeah.
got half white kids. It'd be
Yeah.
wrong of me to take that white part out of my kids.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So get the fuck out of here. With
I feel
that
like
shit.
I feel like that's usually how it's supposed to be. I feel like usually there's supposed to be a president and stuff kind of just keeps going as usual. I mean, you can probably guess where we lean politically, but I feel like Trump's the first time that I've seen. I'm not that I've been around forever. I'm 30, but the first time that I've seen where it seems like the situation in the country got worse. Like the whole like Capitol riots and stuff. Whether he directly caused it or not. I mean, like people are at each other's throats in a way that I've never seen before.
Never seen. And I grew up through the Reagan era, bro.
Yeah, like
The first Bush era.
So
the second Bush era, I grew up through that shit. The Reagan era, man, for us, it was fucked up.
Yeah, and I think normally it's supposed to be like, oh, Obama's president now. Cool. Business as usual.
Business as usual.
George W. is president. Business as usual.
Business as usual.
And I feel like that's the way it was for a long time. But then at some point, for some reason, people started like throwing bricks at each other over.
Well, my thing is when, him and Hillary had, like if me and you, and we don't know each other or even barely, and we on the stage, I'm like, man, this motherfucker over here got his hat on backwards, got a Ninja Turtle. Man, fuck this motherfucker over here, man. And then I'm gonna be like, hey, dog, you want to come join the team? What you gonna tell me? Fuck you, right?
Yeah, probably
man,
not.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Probably
Talk about
not.
my hat, my motherfucking shirt. Man, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
But these motherfuckers join team. Come on.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You talk some shit about me 10 feet away, motherfucker. I might swing on you.
Yeah, a week ago at the Democratic debates, you were saying Joe Biden's a pussy.
You know what I'm saying? What's up now, motherfucker?
Yeah, but now that he's the nominee, you think he's the best choice.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
I see what you're saying.
Talk some shit about me and I'm 10 feet away, motherfucker. You get personal when this shit over. That's it's just not realistic to me. You're not gonna fucking talk shit about me, 10 feet
Well,
away.
and then that's all about like, well, I don't care if I don't win as long as they don't.
They don't win. What the?
That's just such a bad.
That don't work.
Yeah, that's a really.
There's no avenue.
That's a crazy attitude, and it's everybody's attitude about everything now. It really leaked into everything.
Yeah, you're right. If it ain't him, as long as it ain't him.
Yeah, it's like I don't care about winning as long as you don't win. Like I will ruin my own life to make sure that you have a bad
self-sabotage. I just talked about it the other day.
You see that video of that lady coughing on people?
Yeah,
that was here, man.
Yeah,
that was a fucking super saver. That shit went crazy viral. Crazy viral.
I don't abuse women ever. I got 4 sisters, a mother, and a grandma. But bitch, I'll push your ass the fuck down. What the fuck?
Well, when has it ever been cool to cough on somebody?
When is it ever?
It wasn't cool to do that before COVID.
And isn't it assault?
I guess they didn't press any charges.
Which,
so it could have been, but they didn't press any criminal charges. But that lady lost her job.
Okay,
that's the way the internet works now.
That's the way the internet works. Strong and fast.
You go viral, and your employer finds out.
Don't even clock in. Hear that check.
You don't have a fucking job anymore.
Yeah, that blew me away, man. I don't know how. I know how my wife would have handled it. Yeah, she would have got dealt with, man. And just the other day, I know a woman posted that she was at a soda fountain machine in the gas station, and a fella did it to her.
Yeah, so it's like they're willing to ruin their lives. I'll get fired from my job. I'll maybe catch an assault charge because I don't like that you're wearing a mask. That Super Saver video, nobody picked a fight with her. She walked up to people having a problem with them having a mask on.
Where I wondered, like, where was she at anyway?
Yeah.
I mean, what were you really thinking?
Yeah, you're willing to throw away everything. Like, you're not gonna be pay your mortgage no more. You're not gonna have a job. You're gonna be an embarrassment nationally.
You humiliated yourself.
Like, yeah, I mean, you're not even that. Thanks for making me embarrassed that I'm from the same town as you.
Wasn't she from Arizona?
I mean, the video was here. I don't know where she's from, but
I think she was from Arizona.
Yeah, the video's from here, but all the headlines say, Lincoln, Nebraska woman coughing on people.
Yeah.
So thanks for making me embarrassed to be from fucking Nebraska.
Well, we probably ain't got a good reputation anyway with the whole mask thing, man. Like I said, I had to chase a guy out of here last week, man, and got called a fucking Democrat.
What does that even have to do with it?
I'm like, what, motherfucker? What do you mean? First of all, this is a barbershop, okay? And we're in such close proximity. Like, at times, I'm 6 inches from your face, and if I'm shaving, bro, I might even be 4 inches
Well, I mean,
from your
honestly, you should be doing that anyway.
Like, should be doing that anyway.
Barbershops is a place where maybe you should have been wearing masks the whole fucking time.
Well, I knew a lot of barbers. I always wore gloves before this whole thing anyway. You know what I mean? And I knew a lot of barbers that wore masks before this anyway. I mean, if you understand the whole, and I know a lot of you don't let me start talking barber language, but
well, and the sanitation shit's real serious.
Okay, let me go there. Sanitation in Nebraska, it takes 2,100 hours. I think Iowa has us now by 50 hours. But when I was in school, Nebraska was #1 in the country for hour requirements, which was 2,100. Out of 2,100 hours, 1,100 of our hours were sanitation alone. Like my sister's a barber.
Yeah, that shit's
But
serious,
because
man.
of her credits from barber school, she's a nurse now.
Damn.
So that's how serious getting your barber's license. And it's not even a license in Nebraska. It's considered a degree because it requires over 2,000 hours. So even when our dumbass governor shut us down, we were all like, you dumb fuck. We're all taught this.
This is probably one of the cleaner.
I mean, everything you see on my station there, I can kill HIV, AIDS. I mean, that blue shit right there, I mean, kills everything. COVID was already on there 10 years ago, you know what I mean? So that's how smart that guy was, you know what I mean? So it shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, I'm in a place maybe 5, 10, probably 10 minutes is too long to be in somewhere. Because usually I shop, it's like a recon mission. I've been here before. Probably 100 times. And unless they switch the store around on this particular day, I know where the shit is at. I'm going to go straight there and get it. I'm going to go pay for my shit, and I'm out of here. That's that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not a fucking problem.
That's why I love Sam's. You can just scan it on your phone.
Bam!
You don't even have to go pay or nothing.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I ain't even got to talk to nobody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Awesome. And I thought I'd never be the guy to... And I don't think I've ever talked about this on the show. I thought I'd never be the guy to... It wasn't a Karen. It was a Chad. in Best Buy, man. And I still see little Opie Taylor in there. He still works in there. Little redhead kid, man. And this kid... Probably 16, 17, trying to save up for a Camaro to go back to school in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
This dude barking at him. You know, so I had to be that black guy.
That kid isn't in charge of Best Buy.
He ain't in charge of this, man.
He's not the one saying you have to wear a mask. He's just trying to make $2.
Leave him alone, because I'm going to embarrass you in front of your wife, and she going to have to get on top of you to fuck you from here on out, motherfucker. He just looked at me like, oh, my, yeah, dog. That's where I'm at with it. What the fuck? This kid ain't got nothing to do with the policies, man. He here trying to save up some money for a car.
Yeah, just...
And why
he's doing what the mayor told him to do.
Yeah,
it's not even Best Buy. Like the mayor said.
Take it over her.
Yeah, go to the mayor's office and bitch. Like wait in line. I'm sure there's a 3-hour wait like Disneyland to go sit in her office and bitch at. But
man, hey, she tough lady, man.
Yeah, I mean, don't bitch at the kid at McDonald's or whatever.
Don't do that. It don't make you tough. It don't make you cool, and you ain't gonna get nowhere.
You're not changing anybody. If anything, you're changing minds the other way. Because, like, people just say, what an asshole.
Fucking asshole.
And that's the end of it. Like, you're not changing anybody's mind. You're not making a point.
And you find yourself on Twitter or somewhere like the lady.
And all of a sudden, you don't have a job anymore. Like, yeah, you really, great. Good job, fella.
Don't be an idiot.
Yeah, you did a real fucking
Don't be an idiot.
job.
That shit's not getting anybody anywhere.
No.
Got a lot of tough guys over through this pandemic.
No.
When all the fuck I'm trying to do is chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to be that black guy, man. I had to do it.
Hey, sometimes you got to.
I had to stick up.
Sometimes you got to. I haven't really seen anybody doing that around here. People around here, people in Lincoln and probably Omaha are pretty good about it, I think.
It's the surrounding areas where they don't have a mandate, which I don't understand. I don't even know. Did Omaha do it yet, finally?
I'm not sure, but it's like you're coming into my house, man.
Exactly.
You know,
take your shoes off.
Yeah, like you're a visitor here, dog.
Man, put your fucking mask on.
Yeah, you don't live here. I understand if you have a problem with it, that's fine.
Well, matter.
It's okay to have a problem with it, but
we had a client. Jana had a client in yesterday. He called the 27th Walmart COVID Mart,
and it's not even masks everywhere mandate. It's masks inside if you can't maintain distance. It's not even. You don't even have to wear masks inside.
That's the magic word. Like mandate, not law.
Yeah, nobody's telling you have to wear a fucking mask. They're just saying, which I think is reasonable. It's just saying if you're not wearing a mask, stay the fuck away from me.
It's a mandate. It's not a law.
Yeah, just stay away.
You're violating my civil liberties. You're barking up the wrong avenue again. Here, bro.
You're violating. If you you want to throw that. You're violating Super Saver's civil liberties because they cannot serve you if they don't fucking want to.
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
They can kick you out for no reason.
No mask, no cut.
The reason can definitely be the mask, dog. Like civil liberties work both ways. Like
you have both ways.
You have civil liberties, so do I.
Yeah, that really bothers me, man. You violate my civil liberties. Come on, man, it's a mandate. It's not a law.
Yeah,
you know what it takes to write a law in, bro? They can't just say it's.
You can get your groceries delivered. You can come inside, but stay the fuck away from people.
Sit outside and eat, motherfucker.
Yeah, you can sit outside and eat. You can.
We actually did it this morning.
You can get delivered.
It was a pretty good time.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of shit. Nobody's making you wear a mask. Just if you're not, just stay away. Stay
the fuck away from me.
Stay away from people. Don't cough on them. Don't cough on them. That's cool. Damn, this show went pretty fast. My wife was watching the YouTube video from the last one. She likes your haircut, man. She's like, Jamon's hair's growing in.
Yeah, my wife
looks,
cuts my hair, man. My wife
like, that looks really good. And I was like, I like it because he finally looks like the logo.
I figured I gotta look like the logo, man. I cut my hair right before you did the logo. I was like, damn.
I know. Like when I was making the logo, Jana was posting videos of cutting your hair, and I was like, oh, I gotta figure out how to draw his hair like that. That'll look cool. So I did it, and then you fucking cut it off. And I was like, man, Damon don't look like the logo at all.
I'm back to the logo, y'all. Back to the logo. Trying to see what I can do with it.
Yeah, man.
I used to have hair down my back. I had about 21 inches of hair at one time.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
I can't draw that. You can't do that because I don't know how to draw that shit.
Yeah, that shit. I had my shit. My fro, man. It would made my head. You couldn't see my head.
Yeah, another one for the people who don't believe it's just us. I drew the logo.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, we did it.
Yes, he did.
We don't have any help.
This ain't.
I don't know why.
In here,
I don't know why people want to argue with it.
Nobody.
I don't know why people
arguing with you too.
I don't know why people want to argue so bad. It's just us, man. This is my iPhone. That's his iPhone. We have one laptop and we plug our shit in, and that's it.
And a
that's
picnic table.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, a folding picnic table. I don't know why people don't believe it, but I mean, it's good. It's not a big budget show, dude.
It's not. It's really not.
It's a no. It's a no budget.
Y'all must believe us.
Yeah,
must believe us. Maybe we'll give y'all another angle one time. I don't know. We'll have to do that. I don't know. Just to let y'all know.
Yeah. Oh, we tweeted at Gomac in case anybody didn't.
Anybody
thought that story wasn't legit.
Yeah, the homie.
We
tweeted
tweeted that clip at Gomac, and he said he remembers too.
The homie hit me, man. The homie hit me, man. That shit was wild, man. That was a crazy time in the penitentiary, man. Crazy time in the penitentiary. I had a couple homies hit me and shit. I'm like, yeah, man, that shit was true. You know, 'cause I don't really.
Somebody was hitting the Instagram like crazy. I'll have to show you. I'll have to show you who it is. See if you know who. But yeah, somebody was hitting it like crazy. He said he still has like some time left, so I don't know if he's in jail right now or what. But
you don't remember the name?
No, but I don't want to put him on blast either. But I think he was trying to get a hold of you, and I was like, "You're not talking to Damon right now, bro. I don't know what to tell you." but I'll tell him you said what's up. So
yeah. I'll look into that.
Yeah,
I'll definitely.
to...
And if there's love, I'm gonna reach out. Got to know there's love first, though, man.
Right.
Did a lot of dirt in that bitch. Did a lot of dirt in that bitch, man. And made it out of that motherfucker, man. A captain. Fuck.
When our wives were hanging out last week when we were recording, your wife told my wife that you missed me a little bit.
Yeah,
while we weren't recording. I kind of did too. Like,
yeah, man.
I don't really see anybody very often. At this point, you're like one of my best bros right now because I see you once a week and we talk and we catch up and stuff. Like I haven't seen any of my other friends in a long time. They don't even listen to the show.
No.
Yeah.
I got he's my cousin, but I guess I can call him my friend. But yeah, man. Yeah, you've been the only one. Man.
Yeah, this is
I've been yearning for that broad and spectrum conversation, man.
Yeah.
That real shit. Space, moon, quasars, flat earth, and all that shit.
Hey.
Real shit.
Yeah, me too. And I can't even get people to fucking listen to it. It's not. That's what people. A lot of people don't understand that about starting your own thing. My wife experienced this. She was doing professional makeup for a while, real professional too. She was really, real good.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she was doing a great job. She's thinking about doing it again. I hope she does. But she wasn't. The problem was she wasn't liking it. We could say. I mean, we'll have her and Jana sitting on the show sometime, so she can probably say it. But what a lot of people don't realize is, your friends probably ain't gonna do shit for you.
No.
They're gonna ask for discounts.
Exactly.
They'll say, "Oh yeah, for sure, I'll check your show out," but they won't.
Exactly.
Like
I don't know if you.
They'll get pissed when you don't give them discounts.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my post. Anyway, my dad used to say, "It's the strangers that are gonna get you rich."
Yeah, strangers are gonna make you money. Dude.
It's them
strangers. Strangers are gonna like your stuff. Strangers.
They gonna genuinely sit down and say, "Tom, what the fuck? Where'd you come from?"
Yeah.
And you gonna tell them, man, I went to the Marine Corps out of high school, graduated, got my master's, bam, and they gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
You know, because your story to me, I was like, that's game.
Yeah.
You did what you that was some pimp ass shit you did.
Yeah, friends are gonna be watching your YouTube channel.
And they gonna take your story.
They're gonna be pissed when you blow up, you get your views and stuff.
Especially from strangers.
Yeah, like they're gonna be pissed. Like I guarantee my wife ruffled some feathers with some people when she started getting too busy to do other people's makeup, you know, like these people are paying me, you're not. I don't got time for you anymore.
You gotta go get that
know?
guap, man.
Yeah.
This ain't a hobby no more for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing with me when I became a professional barber 11, 12 years ago. This ain't a hobby for me no more.
Well,
I ain't bringing my clippers to your basement and your kitchen no more. I'm not doing that anymore.
And I guarantee there is people, oh, you hear Damon started a barbershop? I wonder how long that's going to last.
Exactly.
I guarantee there's
going
people,
on 10 years here in a few months. That's how long.
There's people who say that about everything. Royce the 5'9", remember that song? He says, no, there's people next to you that don't want the best for you. That's
exactly.
That shit's
and
true,
you might
man.
have known them all your life.
A lot of people don't know that until they try to, start their own thing. Like my wife did the wedding. She was doing wedding makeup, She did the makeup for one of her best friend in high school, and she didn't even tip her. No tip, and her check bounced.
Oh,
yeah.
No more.
Yeah,
we can't do this no more. Nah, don't even call me ever.
Yeah, that's kind of shit your best friends will do when you start a business. Is they'll talk shit about it when you're not there.
They knew that too.
Yeah, and they won't tip you. they won't give you a tip, and they'll write you a fucking bad check.
Yeah. I didn't expect it. And I kind of, and I'm going to ruffle some feathers here too. I didn't want it. I didn't want my family in here other than my nephews. You know what I mean? I got a couple nephews. I love my nephews, but I didn't want my family in here.
Yeah,
you know
I get that. Yeah.
There's some days where you think you throwing out that fire and the client might not like it, or you ain't feeling too confident about your cut, but the client's like, no, man, it's straight. Your family ain't, they going to take the, oh, he fucked me up and fucked me up and fucked me up. You know what I mean? Your family will do that. And it's happened to me. It's happened to me more times than count, which was I was not pushing them out, avoiding it, don't want it. Take your money elsewhere. It's no good here, because you ain't here for business. You're here for slander. You're here for the gossip. You're here for the bullshit. And you want to hear something in here. You want to see something in here. You want to see me drop something. You want to see me fail, so you can take all that shit to the streets.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, there's some real good friends out there that legit want the best for you, but they're few and far between.
Yeah, and I know who they are, and
yeah.
they know they know who they are.
Yeah, they're real easy to identify too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably part of the hard part. A lot of people don't really understand. I don't even really understand it either. I just watched my wife go through it.
Yeah, it's real, bro. It's real.
Yeah,
it's real.
People hitting her up like, oh, this is what I charge. Oh, I thought you would charge half as much because I knew you in 7th grade. Like,
this is what I do, man. And she's great at that shit.
Yeah.
And tell her never sell herself short.
Get paid,
bro, I've seen something. She was turning people into different people, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the same chick. Wow. And I've been being a barber. I've been close to that industry, and bro.
Yeah.
She taking over the game, man. Whenever she gets back in, she gonna take over the game.
She's real humble too. She's like, man,
I know.
She's like, people just say that I'm not that good. It's like, nah, you are that good. You're real.
I went through
that
too. I went through that too.
Yeah, that imposter syndrome, man. I think everybody has that. I kind of have that too. Like at work, like I'm working on. I'm not gonna talk about it on the podcast. We can talk about it after. But I'm working on some big stuff, and I'm like, should I be like? Do they know that I've never done this before? Like, is it only a matter of time before I fuck this up? But so far, I haven't.
Go for what you know, man.
Like
Go for the gusto.
That imposter syndrome is real. That's the real.
It's definitely real.
Yeah, that's the real name for it. I think most people have it.
Probably the first year I cut hair, man.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, am I actually good at this? Is it actually for me?
This? Man, just shut this shit down. Don't even go today.
Can I be successful?
Yeah,
well, and especially like I don't want to make assumptions, but it was probably I can see how it would be especially hard for you because it's like how to make money, Like you were like, I could make 10 times as much money and with 10 times less work probably.
Exactly.
And like it's probably I would assume that would be a real temptation.
Yeah, it's not work to me.
Yeah,
it's not, because it started off as a hobby. I was hitting the little homies in the hood on the porch here and there, you know what I mean? And just got good at it, ended up going to prison and becoming a barber in there and was like, you know what? This is possible, this ain't work.
Yeah.
I ain't working, you know what I mean? I can cut 3-4 heads, walk around the yard, go hit my meat a little bit, come back, cut some more head. I'm like, damn, imagine what I can do on the streets. And that's the pandemic. I guess the pandemic was a gift and a curse to me. I never really went by appointment. I went by walk-in. But now that I can go by appointment strictly, I ain't got to sit in here all day.
Yeah, no, you can.
I can,
go. You can fuck off whenever you want to.
Go home, play some NBA. You know what I mean? Come back, cut a few, go eat something.
Yeah.
Cut, you know what I mean? It's just you know, I found my avenue, man.
Yeah, somebody can say, hey, you got time at 2. You can say
I
nope.
got you.
You can
Or
say
nope.
nope.
I ain't there.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's something she should really get back into, man. Take over the game.
Yeah, I think so too. Speaking of my wife, she wants me home. We haven't eaten shit today, really. We had another like super lazy weekend. That's what I mean.
So
I feel like that's what the weekends are for, though.
It's definitely what it's for.
Not to get back into a whole other thing, but it's like, why do I got to work all week and then spend the weekend working on shit? Like, just relax, man. If you don't relax, if you haven't taken a day off in a while, just relax. Yep. And that's our lesson for the week, man. Maybe we'll start doing some Mr. Rogers lessons of the week. The lesson of the week this week, man. Chill out, just relax.
Chill the fuck out, man.
Yeah, just take a day off.
Take
a day where you just do nothing, man. It's okay to nap too. Don't forget about napping. Don't nap on napping. Anyway, on that note, another super fast show. Hope you guys liked it. Like us, subscribe, check us out on Instagram, Always Chillin' Podcast, Twitter. Do you know our Twitter handle off the top of your head? I don't even.
Always Chillin' Podcast.
It's like Chillin' Always, I think.
Chillin' Always. Chillin' Always.
Chillin' Always.
Yeah, they backwards. Put it backwards.
Yeah. We didn't snag Always Chillin' on that one, but someday we'll make enough to buy it from whoever owns it.
Right.
Yeah. So Instagram, Twitter, we're on TikTok. Always Chillin' Podcast. Send us an email. You got something to say? You got a problem with something we said? You got a question? You want to see us talk about something? He's got some thoughts about the show. You don't believe that we're the only ones in here doing it. Let us know why you think that is, what reflections of people you see in the pictures back here, because those are ghosts. Those aren't anybody helping us, so we definitely want to know. Always Chillin' Podcast at gmail.com. Anyways, see you guys later.
Holla.